Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good Saturday afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome to your number one source for Native American television news. It's Native News Today, and I'm your host, Jason Salzman. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to have a great Saturday lined up. A lot of things going on around Indian country, and we've been busy out there traveling around chasing it down. So we're going to have some great stories for you today here on the program. One thing I have to mention, though, some big news out of Muskogee Creek Nation this week, as Thursday had a press conference announcing the acquisition of the Altmulgee Memorial Hospital and also a resolution with our council house artifacts. I know a lot of Creek citizens out there going to be glad to hear about that. And so that happened Thursday, and just a couple weeks ago on the program, we talked about those council house artifacts and the controversy that had arose there. So it seems to be some conflict resolution there, and great news for Muskogee Creek Nation. So lots of great things happening. As I said, we went to Norman for the signing of George Nigh over to the Muskogee Creek Nation Rehab Center out here in Altmulgee, and also have a couple things new happening around the complex. The new citizenship cards. I know a lot of people out there are excited about these, and everybody's talking about going up and getting that new citizenship card. It's a state official ID. It's a great thing now, issued from the Muskogee Creek Nation, and I think people are really going to like those cards. So all of that and more on this week's Native News Today, but when we come back, we'll have an in-studio live satellite interview with actor David Daniels, a Creek citizen. You're watching Native News Today.
Pumakasam gadat, ibufanga, nage, adigat, punhayadit, omega, ajayididet omis.
Diosnuk, that's true. Throughout the generations, our elders have taught us to preserve, share, and more importantly, protect the abundant natural resources we have here in Oklahoma. We are the original environmentalists and protector of these resources. The Muskogee Creek Nation believes tribal and state governments must work together to ensure future generations will have clean air and clean water as the ultimate legacy. What is good for Oklahoma tribal nations is good for all Oklahomans. Remember, tribes are truly the original Oklahomans.
Jehojefkat Paul Fixakodos. Ich kann tekobache mikusap kajokon man amikusap kajokodos. I'm able to preach in English and Muskogee, our language too. So there's not many that does that today. When I was growing up, that's all we had, Muskogee language, and that's all they preach. I could talk my language when I was small. When I grew up, I could understand what they were saying. We don't want to lose that, language, especially our songs, our native songs and the Muskogee hymns. We want to keep them.
Looking for your next 18-hole adventure? Then take a look at Fountainhead Creek Golf Club. Nestled in the beautiful confines of Lake Eufaula State Park, large sloping greens and well-placed bunkers characterize the Muskogee Creek Nation's Floyd Farley designed course and offers a fine test of skill for any golfer. Stay up on all the latest gear and equipment with a visit to our pro shop. Have lunch at the Turn at the Clubhouse Grill. We're waiting to accommodate you at Fountainhead Creek. So give us a call at 918-689-3209 or visit fountainheadgolf.com to book your next round. Fountainhead Creek Golf Club, close to home, far from ordinary. And welcome back to Native News Today, and we have a special guest now in studio. We're going to bring him in satellite. It is Mr. David Daniels, and he joins us from Houston, Texas, a tribal citizen down there, breaking into the world of acting. So, David, thanks for being with us today on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we want to talk about this new movie that you got coming out, and a little bit of that some later on. But right now, I kind of wanted to discuss with you, how did you get started in the acting gig, and how did the bug bite you, so to speak?
Well, some of my friends were already involved in acting, and I've always had a thing for movies, soundtracks, things like that. I just catch myself kind of dreaming about things, like that all day.
Mm-hmm.
So a few years ago, my friend Tyler Roberts, he encouraged me to, follow my dreams and hit up a few agencies, talent agencies in Oklahoma. So I did, and I've done a few commercials and a couple features, and including this, The Only Oli.
Yeah, I know you're excited about The Only Oli, as well as a lot of people around here in Okmulgee, because it was actually shot here. It's going to premiere here at the famous Orpheum Theater. It's going to be on August 30th, and I believe the doors will be opening at 6. So that's causing a lot of excitement around the area. But you yourself, a native to Okmulgee, and actually worked for the Muskogee Creek Nation as a Creek citizen. Not a lot of Creek actors out there, so you got to be excited about that.
I am excited. As a Native American in general, we should be, we should be thrilled, and I'm hopeful that more Native Americans get involved, especially in Oklahoma, in the acting community. Hopefully, more can around Okmulgee. Hopefully, there's more opportunities.
So tell us what it was like filming The Only Oli. I know it's got a great message. And you're probably psyched to see it come out.
Yeah, it was great. Tyler Roberts, he's the director, and it was just it was an amazing experience working with him. We've been friends for about 8 to 10 years now, and it was fun. Just going and shooting it around Okmulgee in a familiar place. And it was great to have a lot of Okmulgee citizens take part in this movie.
Yeah, and you if you watch the movie, hopefully you're going to be there at the Orpheum, as I said, on August 30th. You'll notice Okmulgee staples such as Herman Brown. I believe he plays the role of police officer, and then yourself and some other folks that you'll probably notice. But also, some people from outside that just wanted to be a part of this film. And I know that really picking up steam as it becomes to its premiere date. But you yourself, it's not going to end with you here, I imagine. You probably got some future plans to keep this going, or?
I have a few opportunities. I have an original plan to go to, or I had an original plan to go to New York later on this year. Still debating on if that's going to happen later this year or early next year. But I have a few contacts that I made, so hopefully that works out.
All right, David, we certainly will keep everybody around here updated on that career as it continues to blossom, and we're certainly proud of you around here at Creek Country. I don't get you to come over and help me fix my computer anymore, so sad about that a little bit, but it's great to see you traveling on this new road, and we're very excited to see you in The Only Oli. And folks, again, August 30th, they'll be premiering here in Okmulgee, totally shot in Okmulgee here at the historic Orpheum Theater. You definitely don't want to miss it. And I think it says, as it says with the film, you have to be different to make a difference. So you definitely want to go check this out. It's a great thing, starring Creek citizen. He's going to be in it, Mr. David Daniels. So it's David, thank you for being with us today, all the way from Houston, Texas. Don't get caught up in too much traffic down there.
Thanks, and go see the movie.
You got it, man. Thanks. And that was David Daniels, as we said, coming up in a new movie as a Creek actor. So definitely want to take a look at that and have a great time doing it and have a great time following his career. So we're going to go to our next break. We'll be right back with the rest of Native News Today.
I'm shaking the vote because less than 5% of our registered voters participated in our last election.
I'm shaking the vote for all the little girls that look up to Miss Muskogee Creek Nation.
I'm shaking the vote because I care about who leads our nation.
Help us shake the vote on August 17th at the Muskogee Creek Nation Dome here in Okmulgee.
Let's shake the vote.
And welcome back to Native News Today. If you see that PSA there and you're excited about the Shake the Vote campaign, we are certainly glad about that. Been working hard with our group putting on this Shake the Vote. And actually a little bit of background, in Homata Simahachkolgi, it's the Future Leaders, young professionals group here at Creek Nation that we started. Myself and 6 other individuals that have been recognized as 40 Under 40 award winners for American Indian country. And so we decided to get together, start this group, and put these events on, such as council candidate forums, and we had a mixer for people to meet and greet back and network a few months ago. And so this is a story that we actually ran in May. Wanted to show you guys a little bit more about In Homata Simhechkolgi, the group, and we explained how it all kind of got started here in this story. And I wanted to show it again on the eve of the Shake the Vote, so you know that we got the steam picked up for this group, and we're very excited about it. So this is In Homata Simhechkolgi. Some of the best and brightest young people that Muskogee Creek Nation has to offer were on hand for the inaugural event for In Homata Simhechkolgi, a newly formed organization of the tribe's young professionals.
We have a great group of young professionals out here at the beautiful Stoneblade for a Saturday evening. We commend them for coming out and spending their evening with us. And at this Young Professionals groups, it's such an exciting time because one of us in this room are going to be, or not already are, the future leaders of the Muskogee Creek Nation.
Board members consist of individuals recognized around Indian country as future leaders. These leaders formulated a plan to work together moving forward. An idea followed that grew into the organization.
It's a privilege to be able to be here tonight and to be working with this group. We have a diverse group of professionals at the Creek Nation, and this group is composed of the NCAI ED 40 Under 40 winners. And Will Lowe had the idea to get us all together.
We have a strong group of 40 Under 40 recipients within our tribe. There's 7 of us that I know we had in passing, and we all go to lunch together sometimes, but the general census that I got from everyone was, hey, how can we get together and give back to our tribe?
It started out as a brainstorming session and then quickly turned into what it is tonight. And it's probably been about a month since the planning, and then here we are at our first event. And it's exciting because before, Creek citizens, young professionals might not have had an avenue to come together, brainstorm, discuss ways that they can get more involved in the tribe, or to, get together and just share and be around other young professionals.
For recent college graduates like Rachel Sourjohn, the timing of this group's formation is perfect.
I think it's really incredible that Creek Nation is taking the time to get to know their young professionals that are out there. They're all over our area, and to be able to bring them all together to get to know each other. We're all going to rise together. We're all going to be the leaders of the Muskogee Nation, and to bring all the young people together to be able to communicate together while they're building their different things, so that those things can kind of combine together to grow Muskogee Nation to get bigger. It's incredible that they're actually investing in our future. I'm really inspired by everyone that put this event on tonight. So incredible that they recognize the potential that we have.
For the organization's founder, William Lowe, bringing this idea to Muskogee Creek Nation was as simple as looking into his past and the networking experience he's acquired. He knew these types of organizations would be a benefit to his tribe.
As a Rotarian, when I was in Tahlequah, it was a great experience for me because I was able to get some mentors unofficially and ask them all kind of business questions that really helped me out in my profession as tourism, in the tourism industry. One day we kind of just sat around and with all those general discussions, it kind of just clicked in my head to where I said, hey, maybe one day let's just get together and meet, because as a 40 Under 40 recipient, I think it's very imperative that we set the standards for the rest of the 40 Under 40s across the country. And what better way than to start a young professionals group?
All right, everybody, don't forget to come out tonight. It's a lot of time left. 5:30 cookout, 7 o'clock, moving in for the candidate forum there. Shake the vote tonight at the Muskogee Dome in Almagee. Love to see you there. A lot of things going on at Muskogee Creek Nation, as I said in the opener, but a very historic thing was this past week, Monday in Norman, in the office of the president at the University of Oklahoma. Mr. David Boren. Mr. Boren has been a public servant for many years, does a great job there at OU since he took over as president, and they got together this week with the Muskogee Creek Nation leadership and health system officials for the signing of the title to George Nigh Rehabilitation Center. This is the first time ever a title has been signed over from an institution of higher learning such as OU with a tribe here in the state. So it's a great thing. It's a very historic occasion. And we were there to document it with the principals, as I said, Principal Chief George Tiger, President David Boren at the University of Oklahoma for the signing of the George Nigh Rehabilitation Center title.
This is a historic moment because it marks the first time that a public university in the state of Oklahoma has ever transferred title to property to a tribal nation. So it's historic. The University of Oklahoma took on responsibility for the George Nigh Rehabilitation Center and Hospital in 1999. And we have tried our best to be good stewards for that facility ever since. But today, the title to that property will be transferred to the Muskogee Creek Nation. And I think this is a happy day, not only for the university, because we know we're placing this facility in the hands of people who will meet that responsibility, to those who need intensive rehabilitation. We're placing this facility in the right hands with great confidence. So it is not only a historic day, it's a very, very happy day for us, and I think a very important statement from both Muskogee Creek Nation and the University of Oklahoma of how we feel about each other and the great mutual respect between us.
We've felt at the outset from this, our administration, that health was very important, and we made it a priority to add to what we were doing in health and enhance and grow as we go along. And so we're pleased that this day has come, and we look forward to a lasting relationship with the University of Oklahoma. A lot of our kids go to school here, and we have members of our cabinet and former legislators that went to school here.
We simply wouldn't turn this facility over to anyone in whom we didn't have absolute trust. And when we look at what's being done with the Creek healthcare system, we know this is going to be operated at the highest level of excellence. So it's just a happy day. It's the kind of thing that ought to happen in Oklahoma. And I think it's just the beginning of something we'll see happening over and over again. We're going to see our universities and all of our institutions in the state work more and more closely with tribal governments.
And we had a lot of people that was supporting us on this. First of all, our National Council, Speaker Alexander and council members having the support from them. But also we had friends in the state legislature. We wanted to make sure we had all of our bases covered. And some of those people are joined us today. And I know that as we look to the future that, when we're able to work together with the various entities like the University of Oklahoma and know that we all share the same ideas about, comprehensive health programs, that certainly made it easier. And I think that's something that we've always had used as a priority for Muskogee Creek people.
And very grateful for the folks at the University of Oklahoma there for being so nice and kind to have us in and for that big event. Really had a great time up there, and always great to visit with President Boren. And he's a class act, and it's a great thing, very historical. Glad to be able to bring it to you one more time. So, also around the Muskogee Creek Nation, as we said at the Citizenship Office, they are having new citizenship cards. I know a lot of people are getting excited about this, but these cards are really neat. And we talked with the Citizenship Office actually about what was needed, why was the change needed, why are we doing this, and things like that. And they really explain these cards. Really, we kind of stepped up to another level as far as using them as your ID, things like that. In certain instances, we ran a story a few years ago on the Iroquois and how things arose between sovereign issues when it came to tribal identification. So this is a big step for the Muskogee Creek Nation. It's a great thing, and we followed Gary Fife, our own Muskogee Nation news reporter, over to get his new card. We're here at the Muskogee Creek Nation's Capitol Complex at the Citizenship Office. Now, the reason we're here is we got to find out what all this fuss is about the new citizenship cards at Muskogee Creek Nation. This is Gary Fife from the Muskogee Nation News. I'm sure you recognize him. Gary, how do you feel? You're about to go in here and get your new card.
These cards are really important. It validates your tribal membership. But I've actually had these recognized by airport security in place of the Oklahoma ID. So it's critical that you have one to enjoy the benefits of citizenship and I think some pride.
Absolutely. Well, get in there and get your new card. We're excited.
Let's go. I understand they have a new process.
Let's do it.
Yes, we actually went live yesterday for the new database. It's actually a new card with the expiration date on there. It's one step closer to a state ID with the tribe. This card is it's the benefit of the tribe as long as the citizens itself. You have a barcode on the back of the card that actually is scannable at each department when you go get services, and it's basically there to allow them to check to make sure that card is not fraud, and to check verification on that individual to see if they are enrolled with the citizenship office or not. You can put your tribal town on there, your clan. It actually has your address on there now, and social security number is still optional to be put on that card. Yesterday was our first day, and we did 187 replacement cards through the window. So we actually have a remote tomorrow in Wetumpka, which we go there every first Wednesday of the month. So our scheduled remote is there tomorrow, and we're going to California in October. We also have sent letters out to the different communities. If they would like for us to come out to do remotes, we're able to do that also. Well, as far as the ID cards, a lot of our citizens, they want to use that as their ID. That's the only form of ID. And so what we did is we looked at what the state wants, the requirements for the state to get that state ID, and the expiration date's one of them. We have a hologram card or hologram seal that's actually on the card. So there's different ways that you can tell that card has not been fraudulently, anything has been done on that card.
Okay, and thanks once again to Muskogee Nation News assistant editor there, Gary Fife, always a good sport, always a friend of the program here, Native News Today. And actually, he was real excited to go get his card anyway. So we thought, man, we're just going to tag along, and so we got ours too. Everybody's ready to go. New cards, no problem there. So it's in the wallet, safe and sound. Can't wait to use it next time I have to go through the airport terminal. Switching gears now to some Muskogee culture, we actually are going to take a look at some cultural classes that are taking part. Now, this is once again in sort of a series, I guess you could say, from our intern. Amanda Rutland is a young lady that's been working with us throughout the summer, and she is actually a student at OSU's photography and filming class and things like that, so, and a Creek citizen. So it was so fortunate for us to be able to bring her in and let her cut her teeth in the business and get some stories out on a broadcast show. And this is another one of those stories, Muskogee classes from Amanda Rutland.
Christine and myself, we teach Beginning Creek during this service learning project with the Muskogee College. We are now putting like 3-word sentences together, which we're not really using like a direct focus on the verbs, but maybe 2 descriptive words and a noun on Thursdays and Fridays from 4 to 5 p.m. And then we hold one on Saturdays from 1 to 2. It's open to the public, all ages. We don't have a classroom limit, and it's free.
Bill Harjo and I sit here and talk all the time. He's one of my best friends, and he will come in. And one day I said to him, I said, Bill, ask me my name in Creek. And he said, I can't say your name. And I said, Bill, what's your name in Creek? I can't say your name, what your name is in Creek. And we went on with this. Finally, he said, Shirley, he was really aggravated with me. He said, Shirley, I can't say that. And I thought, well, Bill, why not? That was when I said, language classes, let's find someone to teach it. And these 2 ladies came in and they said, we would do your language classes. I said, great. So I opened up that back room, give them some time and space. Pretty much that's all I have done with any of this, is I've said, I have a building, would you like to use it? I know that's strange, but I told him, I said, I have a building. You want to put your art in here and sell it? So this is where I've got this much. The church, they needed a place to have a garage sale, so I've offered them the back out there, you know, and they had a real productive garage sale. Then the art classes, I knew these two little girls that wanted to learn, they enjoy art, so we have art classes. Then the language classes where it just follows through. To have a plan, a game plan, I want this many students or whatever, I don't have that. We do it on a more personal level. I feel if we keep it all personal and keep it all one-on-one, the people will come, and that's what they've done. Last week I had Danny Kaler and Bill Harjo using a mirror to show different types, a different technique to get paintings or get something on paper with some of the students. This is probably the most fulfilling thing that I have done. And I'm not doing it for recognition. I don't need recognition. I do enjoy the togetherness.
And that brings us to another end to one of our episodes here of Native News Today. Certainly thank you folks for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed the stories that we've had on for you today. We couldn't let you leave though this week without giving an update on a story that we've been following here closely at Native News Today. You might remember a few months ago, we sat down for an exclusive one-on-one with Cherokee Nation Assistant Attorney General Chrissy Nemo to discuss the Baby Veronica case. You can see that on our YouTube channel. Go back, get totally up to date on everything that's happened in the case. But right now, as you can see here, the latest news is, and this was just posted to the local publications, Tulsa World, about 5 hours ago, that the two sides are meeting to talk and try to come to a compromise. Several things have happened in the last few days. The Capobiancos, the adoptive parents, traveling to Oklahoma. Baby Veronica ordered to go with them, but in a location that they don't know where she's at, and they were requesting to see her. That was denied, and so they're just going back and forth, and really it's turned into a messy situation. But the latest is both sides are talking and trying to come up with some kind of compromise. The governor's been on one side and then flipped and on another and said she wasn't going to extradite Mr. Brown. Now it's sort of been placed an ultimatum to come up with a compromise. So that's where they're at on the Baby Veronica case. Please Google Baby Veronica. Go look at any of our later things that we've had on previously on the show on our YouTube channel and check that out and follow this case because it really has a strong bearing on the Indian country. As again, we always love it when you're here with us on Tulsa CW 1219. If you can't catch us here on the TV, you can always catch us online. Go to Muskogee Nation homepage. Check out our YouTube channel, MCN.com there, and you'll have a great time looking through our old videos and some of our old episodes. Also, you can check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Search us Native News Today on Facebook and at Native News Guys on Twitter. For all those here at Native News Today, Jared, Tyler, the whole crew, I want to thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next time.